season. Looks like it's going to be a dry quali. I am here with Joel today. How are you doing today?
I'm not doing so bad, Damon. Looking forward to a good race. How are you?
Doing pretty good. And these
Good
guys
stuff.
rarely put on a bad race, so should be quite exciting.
Yeah, man. Of course, it's a title race, really, and a title
Yes,
can be won today.
that is true. Aaron, with a fourth place finish, no matter what Josh does, can clinch the championship by 1 point tonight.
Yeah, that's what everyone's tuning in to see. Someone wants to see a title lifted, or conversely, a title mishap. Maybe Aaron doesn't finish.
Yep, anything could happen. And being said, Aaron leads the points with 128, Josh with 87 in second. They have a three-way battle for third with Haig at 73, I think that says. Grumpy at 64, and Blue Mosquito at 58. But Blue Mosquito is not here this evening. So I guess it's just a two-man race now.
Yeah, I'd say Grumpy will be eager to get that bronze trophy, if not the silver trophy. So let's take a run through what's happened so far. We've got
Yes.
Aaron who's came out early and set the pace with a 106.5, followed by Game Freak with a 106.6, another 10th behind Boy with No Face, and then another 10th and Mr. Grumpy. So the usual suspects have got out early and done what they need to do. But interesting, we've got Warren Haig and Simo on Supersoft, which is a good race tyre.
Yes. Trying to ensure that one stop, it looks like. Make sure you can get to the soft stage.
Yeah, I
Oh,
think.
oh, that Venom retired in the
Oh,
garage.
uh,
He's been doing
maybe
that the last few races to avoid the carnage.
I think interesting. We just mentioned the race tyre of the Supersoft. I think that says Mr. Venom's, intentions very clear that he's here to avoid those ugly purple tyres that just seem to shred themselves within laps.
Yeah.
So who else is out there? Anyone on the lap? Probably a lot of people coming in now.
Looks like most are coming in. Hello, Game Freaker.
Evening Game Freaker.
Oh, it's a dry race. Nice. See, look at
Dry
that.
race. Okay.
Jake Warrior leaves, and we get two dry races in a row, and it rained every race he was here.
I'm pretty sure I did F1 and FP and it rained in both at some stage. So very interesting to get a full dry race.
Yeah, I did F5 yesterday. We had dry everything too.
Oh, cool. So definitely strategy's going to play a part here with the super soft runners and the ultra soft runners, because every lap the ultra soft gets older, the super soft gets faster.
Yeah, and the undercut is good for a good 3 to 4 seconds, depending on how good your outlap is.
Exactly. So can the likes of Warren, Haig and Simo, if they choose to start on these tyres, can they preserve their tyres until the ultra soft runners pit and then just give it everything and then try and avoid that undercut? But we'll have to see. Everyone in the pit's taking it easy, bar Hulkenberger maybe. He looks like he's on a lap here. Bit twitchy. Gonna come to the line now. The 106.7, yeah. So Hulkenberger setting a lap mid-session, not going out straight away, and he's obviously wanted some clean track. So it's quite a wise move from Hulkenberger, the wily old fox.
A lot of experience in this division.
Exactly, filled with experience. Just take a look at the top seven, for example, filled with experienced names.
Yes.
Maybe we should go on board with Boy with No Face, the title challenger. Seems to be on a hot lap.
Looking pretty tidy so far.
Up into 6th, back down to 5th. 6th mid corner maybe, leaves it for the exit. Now these two corners, these two right-handers, very tricky. You want to get as far to the left as possible, even mount the curb if you have to. And yeah, Josh backs out. He realised that if he went round again, probably not enough time.
Got Dave coming
What's
around.
Mr. Grumpy going to do?
Oh, Grumpy.
Grumpy's on a out lap here, it seems. So will we stick on board with him and go for a hot lap?
Yes, sir.
Oh, he's the finished one. 106.5.
Ooh.
So is he going to go again? Looks like it, so we'll treat it like he is going again. Mr. Grumpy here at full tilt down to turn 3, braking at the 100-metre board into 3rd gear, keeps it in 3rd. Oh, down to 2nd. Going to see an early shift up to 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th. Heading down to quite a tricky off-camber right-hander here. Got to brake around the 100-metre board again, down into 4th gear, down into 3rd gear. Picking up through the gears, keeping nice to the right before he flicks it into this fast left-hander. Keeps it in 5th, up into 6th. Use all the track available to swing it back across the track, straighten it up before you hit these tricky double right-handers that you take at monumental speed. 8th gear, 7th gear, 6th gear. What we'll see here is 5th gear. Keep it straight, Grumpy, keep it straight. What's he going to do? 106.2, what a lap from Mr. Grumpy there, provisional pole.
Great lap, Grumps. And you got Hay coming around middle sector now, starting the 3rd sector.
I wonder what he's looking like. A man who's been ruffled recently in various leagues, not in a happy place it seems. Maybe a change of fortune this week might change that, so let's see what he does. Drives to the line. Oh!
106.1.
106.1. From Warren Haig saying, I'm not out of this fight yet. He still wants a bit. Oldenburger, similar looking, either starting a lap. No, that was a 106.7. Almost identical to Boy with No Face.
Hello, QPR Beast. How are you doing tonight? Oh, that's you.
Hello, QPR Beast. How you doing, Lee? I hope you're strapped in for what's going to be a great race. But now our attention has to turn to who's out there in those closing moments of the session. Who do you want to ride on board with, Damon? Who's your pick?
I'm on Simone right now. He's on an outlet.
Getting out of traffic nicely for his teammate. Preparing himself. Going through his mental checks before he starts that lap at the end of the session.
Yeah.
Turn it up into Matt Cam, get space on the track, not, keep the gap.
Simo. Coming through
He looks ready to go. He's ready to release that scarlet red Ferrari up the hills of Austria.
Hey, Venom. And hey, Jamie.
Ooh. Interesting from Similar there. I'm not sure if you're still on board, but refusing to take any of the curb. It's often, it's safe to avoid a warning, but to get the maximum lap time, you've got to at least get the front right onto the curb. So, but anyway, we'll see what he can do. As Game Freaker takes provisional pole with a 106 flat.
Getting closer to that 105.
Yeah, I think it's going to be done. Is it going to be similar though? Or is it going to be the championship leader in F1? Doesn't look like it. I think Simo's going to be the first to cross the line.
Yeah. And I believe Josh is behind him too.
Here we go. Oh, he's backed out. No good. Eyes turned to his teammate, who's also no good. Who else is out there? Who wants it? I think that's it.
That's it.
So Game Breaker, so close to 105, but it doesn't matter because he's on pole position, followed by Warren Haig, followed by the ever-experienced Mr. Grumpy and his teammate, championship leader. A lot of pressure on his shoulders today. Aaron F1, followed by Hulkenberger with a 106.3. Josh, the main contender, probably a bit nervous, you know, to just get a good position as possible, followed by Simo, LFC for Life, BW8 Clyde, Dave Javu, Musical Venom, who we think is going to prioritise the super soft tyre, followed by Jim Betrayer, bringing it up the rear in P12.
Yeah, not a bad lap, hey. Very close qualifying.
Hayes.
Top 5 within 3/10 of each other.
Great to see. But it is going to be interesting to see what Venom can do. He was complaining earlier in the day, not getting the right balance with the car. You know, he wasn't like combined in with the car. The chemistry wasn't there. Few setup changes, but you know, those super soft tires is the tire that I would choose. And look who else is on the super soft tires. Simo with a 107.1 in P7. Interesting strategy call, and I think it's a wise one.
Should be a fun one. And Aaron starting in his magic number spot too.
Yeah. I mean, Aaron's he's clear on what he's got to do. He's been here before. He's been here in title fights ever since F1 games had online. I remember witnessing him in F1 2010 title fights, and I can tell you for a fact this man knows how to win titles. So he'll know what he has to do today, and Aaron won't be too, you know, worried about getting it done today. He knows he'll get it done, and whether it's today or next week, I'm fairly sure he's confident in his own ability to get this done, but you never know.
Yeah.
A little spin, little contact here. Josh gets maximum points. Maybe it happens again next week, and then, you know, you go into the final round having had a 40-point gap, and now you've only got maybe a 4-point gap. You just don't know.
And then there's a lot more pressure to perform in the last race because you know you have to.
Absolutely, and here we are. 5 red light. They're about to disappear. Look but never stare. And then quite a delayed start there. Let's see who we got. Game Freaker, nice and but up the inside. Warren Haig making a statement saying that's my contact. They've locked wheels.
Whoa, 4 wide.
Wide. Warren Haig. Oh, Aaron up to P2. Aaron up to P1 maybe. The timing seems a bit slow to update. Say, oh yeah, it's definitely messed up, but that's Hulkenberg up the inside of, I think it's Aaron, followed by Grumpy, followed by Josh. Oh wait, no, it's Grumpy.
Actually, Grumpy's leading, yeah.
It's Grumpy in the lead, followed by Hulkenberger, Aaron, Josh, Warren Haig, Simo in those ever-present super softs, suiting a scarlet red Ferrari, but Dave Javu makes a lovely move. Someone who I've ranted and raved about in the past, saying, you know, he's quite a good driver. And he's done some good performances in the races that I've watched, and you know, maybe I'm his lucky charm because he's just done similar around the inside of turn 4, sorry.
Alright. As they come to complete the first lap, the biggest winner so far is Deja Vu up 4 spots.
Yeah. And I was going to say before the start of the race that Hulkenberger was my pick for the win today, and he's jumped 3 positions up behind Mr. Grumpy, who will also be dying to get another race win under his belt. He's a man who's never seen form like this. Yes, he's been a champion before, but in terms of raw pace compared to the big guns, I think Grumpy's in the best position he's ever been speed-wise, and it's really showing at the minute as he leads this Grand Prix.
Some of these camera angles are questionable.
Yeah. And sometimes TV pods as good as anything.
Yeah, they just had me on the front looking backwards.
So, in terms of the title, with 2 laps in, everyone's got what he needs, but title challenger, and really the only one who mathematically can challenge him, Boy with No Face, is right on his tail as they come to cross the line to finish lap 2.
Ooh. Hulkenberg fast lap the race, letting Grumpy know that he's there.
Yeah. And he's going to be there all day by the looks of things with that pace, so Grumpy's got to keep his nerve as Hulkenberger looks down the inside here and landed lap 3. Keeps it nice and tidy, concentrating on the traction, down to a great overtaking spot, especially with DRS now. He'll be able to get the run in the higher gears. Is he gonna? Oh, thinks better of it. Grumpy leads, Hulkenberger third, Aaron third. Sorry, Boy with No Face fourth.
Yeah, Hulk's got to watch out for wing damage because I've noticed watching past races he brakes later than most people, so he might run into the back of Grumpy.
Yeah, although it's quite a short track and quite a short lap time, Sector 2 and Sector 3 you're going to feel those damaged wings more than anywhere else.
Oh yeah, especially the final 2 right-handers right here.
Yeah, you're going to lose maybe up to 1.5, 2 seconds. There's Warren Haig.
Haig in the pits. Oh yeah, it's right wing damage. Yep.
But, you know, surely he could have dried that out to put the softs on. But, you know, Haig's... Did you see a wing change?
No, I clicked off of him.
I don't think he's changed his wing.
Let you know in a second when it comes out.
And he's not.
No.
He's not.
Oh no.
Disaster. Disaster for Warren Haig. This will not improve his mood. He went for an early stop, and the only reason he would have possibly stopped in that lap was for a wing change. And they've not changed his wing. Nightmare for Force India in real life. A nightmare in the F4 league.
They didn't have enough money to change the wing.
There's not enough wings left in the inventory for Warren Haig.
I'm on board with Game Freaker right now. It's right on the back of Venom.
Yeah, and Venom, as we predicted, on those super softs. They won't be as quick as the other guys at this point. A Game Freaker with the run on the faster, grippier, ultra soft tyres. You'd like to think this move is pretty much good as done. But locked up wide deep. Yeah, Venom, very nice, very. Yeah, that's a man who almost preempted. Game Freaker was going to go deep into turn 1, and he's just swept up underneath him and said, yeah, okay, you can have another go, but this, for the meantime, I'm still P7. Everyone else kind of line astern, no one really too close, especially the front 4 seem to be pulling away from Simo and P5, but you have to remember, he's on those reds. He's going to be slower, but he's going to come back at them in the later stages.
Yes, he will.
I think the main battle seems to be 6th, 7th and 8th. That seems to be the closest one.
Yep. And they won't gain much. Whoa!
PWA Clyde looks like he's going in the pits, and then, you know, oh, Venom again. With the up and under, but the move's not done yet.
Oh, 3 wide!
Oh, 3 to bed!
Game Freaker pulls out.
Oh, no, Venom's done a Game Freaker. Straight on, but he's not been punished. And maybe that's a warning worth taking. But,
yeah.
BWA Clyde.
Oh, no!
Oh, he's BWA Clyde, well wide contact, LFC for life. Oh, it's hard to commentate, there's too much going on.
3 wide through that turn probably was a little bit much, but...
BWA Clyde under pressure from his teammate LFC for life. He gets the move done, but you know, the McLaren garage won't be happy because one corner earlier, LFC for life was arguably the cause of the damage that's put BWA Clyde from 7th to 10th. So, turn our attention further forward as Josh is putting Aaron under pressure.
That's when you read my mind, I switched right to that. Let's see what he does with the DRS here.
Yeah, it's all about your run into turn one. That's not the best from Josh there. I think if Josh is going to do that all day, Aaron's going to contain it because he's a man to make few mistakes and he's very consistent. And also we see Hulk getting hit for Grumpy.
And Clyde's in the pits for a wing change, I believe. Yep, changing the wing.
And we can see McLaren do have the funds to provide wings for their drivers. Sadly, Warren Haig, I believe he's going to be absolutely raging in that very fluorescent helmet of his.
Hey, if you drive the pink car, you gotta have the pink helmet.
Yeah. Esteban Ocon came out recently saying that he can't wait to swap back to his red helmet, emulating Michael Schumacher's, because obviously, even though he's a man, he does understand that red doesn't go with pink. And Josh, once again, hopefully looking for a better run this time out of turn one, which he does get, but Aaron matches it. Too far away to do anything here. All about setting him up for the next one. Oh, that's a bit close for comfort. Then we see that Constantina effect of they get so close, but then the car ahead gets on the throttle much sooner and just pulls away.
They always say, too, it's one thing catching somebody, it's another thing passing them.
Exactly, and no one's harder to get past than Aaron F1. Josh is definitely going to give it a good go. He knows that he's got to, or, you know, championship up in smokes.
If he can't get the pass done, he's going to want to pit a lap before him.
Yeah. And even then, he's got to wait another 4 laps because those softs, as durable as they are, you can't ask them to do, you know, nearly high 20s in laps. You've got to give them some grace.
Yeah, you want to get to at least the teens.
Yeah, if you can hit 10, I think it's doable. But you really want 12. If you can get 12, you're comfortable. But Josh, I think he's going to make a move here. He's had a look. Right cross to the left, trying to get the run up the hill with the DRS. Is he going to close in? As Warren Haig picks up a 3-second time penalty.
Yeah, it's the wing damage.
Yeah. Wing damage and a touch of frustration. We do see Hulkenberger keeping Grumpy honest in these opening laps, you know. But nobody's made any huge mistakes yet. So let's see. The highest super soft runner is Demo on super softs, who
yes.
I believe is 6 seconds off the lead.
2, 3. Yeah, about there. Almost 7.
If he can keep that gap at 6 seconds and has a faultless pit stop, in lap, pit stop and out lap, I think 6 seconds is a winnable gap to pull back on those fresher softs that he will have at the end.
Yeah.
You know, credit where credit's due. Simo's kept his head down, he's doing his work.
Oh, Game Freaker's caught up to Venom.
Game Freaker's right there. Game Freaker's right there. Very kind of Game Freaker. I think there's a door there asking to be ran in.
Yeah, I think he's going to wait till turn 1.
Hope we can keep Sector 3 tidy, because Venom seems to be,
Ooh.
keeping the grip as well. Suppose his tyres are the tyres to be on at lap 10. Game Freakers aren't. They're the ones. Are we going to see a pit stop here by Game Freaker? Yes, we
Yes.
are. Quick as possible. Don't scrub any time you don't need. Very nice and cautious, but you don't want to get any silly penalties.
Yep. Let's see what he goes on
Uh,
to. Obviously, he's gonna go on softs, but
Assuming we're going to get the yellow. Whoa,
um,
um,
they were supers, and then they turned to ultras.
and now they're back to supers.
And let me pull up the tire thing here. Oops.
Yeah, I've got super softs on mine.
Yep.
Is it a two-stop maybe? Is that what Game Freaker's trying to go outside the box and go for a lightning fast two-stop? I mean, he's came out in excellent traffic. He's 8 seconds of clean air to the next man, Warren Hay, who does have wing damage, so I assume will be caught quite swiftly. But yeah, interesting from Game Freaker, because he could have went on the
Hulkenberg's in the
soft.
pits.
What's he? Please tell me he's going to put on the yellows. If not, I might have a heart attack.
And the yellows look pretty on the Renault. Do it for the
Exactly.
Renault.
Cyril about the ball, screaming at him for the yellows,
Yep.
and it is the wise Renault and the wise head of Hulkenberger saying, I can win this. Attention turns to Grumpy because he's got to get the foot down. And as Pete Bonington says, it's hammer time, Lewis. Grumpy's going to have to be faultless and arguably covering this lap.
Yeah.
Everyone else fairly spread out.
It's gonna be tricky too with the two Saubers running up front. One's got a pit now, one's got a pit next lap.
I think Aaron will probably take next lap or lap.
He's got no choice now.
Yeah, definitely. Grumpy says, sorry Aaron, I've got a race to win. Followed in by Boy with No Face. So, where's Game Freaker? Or no, Hulkenberger, sorry. Oh! Hulkenberger's already in the final corner.
Yeah.
Oh, where's Grumpy? He's... Oh, this is going to be close. This is... Oh, easily. He's done it easily.
Yeah, he should be like 2 seconds up on Grumpy because the undercut. Yeah, 2.4.
Yeah. Fair play, Hulkenberger. What a lap. And if he's pulled that on Grumpy in 1, what's he going to pull on Aaron in 2?
Yeah. Which means
Could we see a
Grumpy will
new
pull
race
3
over
on
him?
Aaron also.
Yeah. But look at Simo. 3 seconds behind the race leader in those super softs. Is Aaron going to box?
Looks like it.
Yes, he is.
Yeah.
Oh, very, very tedious from the championship leader there into the pits. But then why would he take risks? There's no need to take risks. He's got a gap that championship leaders would dream for.
I believe he'll come out behind Josh because Josh will get the undercut on him also.
Going to be close to Josh, but I think he's going to get Warren Haig maybe passing him as well. And oh, Aaron's not going to want to give up that position easily. The wing damaged Warren Haig, but Aaron's got the inside, and surely he can switch on those softs immediately and just take the position comfortably. Is it? Yeah. Oh,
A little tight there.
Warren Haig. Oh, Warren Haig can have DRS as well, I believe. Aaron's going to have to be the last of the late breakers. Oh, Warren Haig trying to go the long way round, and Aaron closes the door, and close call there for the championship leader, very close. Hulkenberger doing a stellar job in that yellow Renault. And sadly, the Ultrasoft runners aren't being as quick as they need to be.
And the three
In
guys who
order to try
started
and
on
keep up.
supers are 1, 2, 3.
Yeah. I don't think they're pulling the lap times that they need though. Sadly, the gap's a bit, which is a shame, because Simo did ever so well to qualify 7th in those super softs. So as it stands, is Aaron champion?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Aaron wins the championship as long as Josh doesn't gain more than 8 points on it.
Yeah.
So really, Josh has to finish top 3.
And short term, Josh needs to pass Warren Haig, who's
Yeah.
like a double-decker bus in London through this middle sector. As Holdenberger passes Musical Venom, who looks like he's got huge damage. Looks like he's got more than huge damage. He's not. The car's not. It looks like he's got engine damage.
Is engine damage?
Now. Well, theoretical engine damage because he was crawling at a snail's pace. I don't understand what's happened there at all.
I think he was trying to get over to go down pit lane and was letting people by.
Oh, Game Freaker, Josh, Warren Haig. Oh, oh no! Game Freaker, oh no! Perfect example of why no TC is harder to master than people think. He was in the midst of a battle between Warren Haig and Boy with No Face and just got too heavy on the right foot and launched it into the barriers. But now, back to the battle is Josh Roberts up the inside of Warren Haig. What a move! What a move!
Hey,
Set
Big
him
C.
up nicely. Big C says, get the assists on Whoop. And sadly, I have to agree because you can't let your head go like that in a battle. That's what racing's about. Yes, over one lap it may be quicker, but over a full race distance, you need to have the confidence. As
Haig.
Haig,
Oh, jeez. This race is just getting worse.
worse.
Hopefully they change his wing this time.
Doesn't look like it.
Oh, Jesus.
Definitely administration hitting hard for Warren Haig.
According to Haig, Josh pushed him off.
I would tend to disagree with that. I'm not sure if it was caught on the stream, Damon, but
I caught him sideways. I didn't see the contact before.
I feel like it was harsh but fair, and Josh just had the speed in the inside, and it was tyre walls touching each other, but...
Oh, Betrayer's got a run on Simo. Now he backs out of it.
Done the right thing there, set him up for the long straight, get tucked in behind, even duck down in the cockpit if you feel you have to. Give every little mile per hour gain you can get. Simo's defensive still leaves it open. Betrayer wiser than to take the bait and remains behind for the time being. Closest thing we've got to a battle is Venom and BWA Cloud for P9, but doesn't look close enough at this stage.
Yeah, I'll go on board with Clyde. Got 3 cars within half a second of each other.
Yeah. Warren Haig will be riled up as well.
Yeah.
Oh, Venom's lost. Oh, Venom. You're on the softs, man. Keep your wing on. Front right wing damage from Musical Venom as he went a bit deep and hit the back of BWA Clyde and was very deep into this corner. But sees it off nicely in that.
And Haig following through.
BWA Clyde should be okay. Yep. But that's dreadfully disappointing for Venom. You know, to lose your front wing and you've just put on fresh softs. It's a long way from home to go with that wing damage. As Josh for the 3-second penalty, that's not what you need in a title battle at all.
Hey, gets by
But,
Clyde.
hey, you do see wait, Hulkenberger's paused. Hulkenberger's lost connection, maybe. He's got on it. Grumpy's going to pass him while he's on. What? What's going on?
I don't know, he lagged out last week. I never saw it say he lagged out. On my screen, he also has 2 supers and 2 softs on. So.
I didn't see that. But on my screen, Hulkenberger looks to have disconnected or is on pause, which has effectively thrown away what looked like a convincing race win.
I think he's
took
back
control
now.
Of his car.
He's back.
Maybe had to take care of something. Maybe you just don't know what goes on inside the driver's cockpit, wherever that might be. Maybe they're home. You just don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe someone came to the door, the delivery, and he had to go and get it, or he'd have to pick it up from the post office tomorrow, and no one wants to pick it up from the post office.
Yeah, no. Waiting those lines for those crazy people. Yeah.
Exactly. And the strange post office workers. No offense to anyone in the stream who maybe works in a post office.
I just applied for a job at the post office.
Maybe you can shorten the lines. Yeah, so Hulkenberger back in control of the Renault and looks to be closing in Aaron again. A game freaker gets from bad to worse. 3-second penalty. Gonna be a lonely race for him, sadly. Maybe points is a possibility.
I can relate.
Yeah.
After my pit stop yesterday, I was 18 seconds behind. I was last place.
Not a fun way to spend an evening.
Nope.
But sometimes it happens to everyone at some stage in their league racing career. They find themselves alone, maybe with wing damage, or maybe as Warren Haig maybe pits again to retire, or maybe to ask again, surely you've got a wing for me this time.
Let's see. Yes.
No,
No?
stop penalty. Let's see, it looks
there we
like,
go. There's the wing finally.
Managed to Amazon Prime a wing to the hills of Austria just in time for the pit stop. As Game Player goes by into P11, so you know, points are possible.
Oh no!
Oh,
that was close. Betrayer and Simo just decided to cut down pit road at the same time. They almost hit each other.
Oh! Betrayer. Not a battle of the pits here. What can the Mercs do? Quick change onto the Ultra Softs. Interesting.
Oh, you know how we did the practice session before today?
Yeah.
We did that for 4 weeks, and Grumpy and Aaron finished on the podium all 4 weeks. Last week we did it, and only Aaron finished on the podium. And then today we did it again, and they're running 1-2.
Maybe it's the key to their success. But now we've got a case where Simo, 11.5 seconds off Josh, and pretty much, you know,
So he's 14,
12,
15,
13 off the lead.
He's about
16 seconds off the lead?
16, yeah. So 14 laps to get 16 seconds. Or 15 laps to get 16 seconds.
On a 2-tire difference, which you'd like to think at this stage of the race would give you at least 1.5 seconds. But that will only get shorter. Maybe by the end it might not even give them anything, as these Ultra Softs eat themselves up like Christmas dinner.
Yeah, they die pretty fast when you're pushing. And we know he'll be pushing.
I remember being in the... Well, I'll say I was in the Cyber debrief prior to this race, and Aaron talked about a scenario where Grumpy would be leading and he would be in second. and it was mentioned that Aaron would back off the pack and let Grumpy take the win, which Grumpy did not want. He wanted to win his race fair, so we've got to keep an eye on these gaps and see if Aaron, challenges Grumpy for the win, or maybe lets him have it, or vice versa. Maybe Hulkenberger has something to say about that, and will dispose of Aaron and go about chasing
Ooh,
Mr. Grumpy
Haig fast lap race.
on the super softs as well.
He's
So
he's
Warren
only
Haig,
11 seconds out of the points, so it's not over yet for Haig.
yeah, calculated move maybe then to pit for a
Oh, and
third time.
also with the running positions they are now, Aaron obviously would be the champion, and Sauber would
Yeah,
be the constructors' champions because they'd be up by a boat.
yeah. I mean, Sauber, a Swiss-based team in Austria, not the furthest race by any means, but not the most homely race. But what a place and what a scenery it would to do it, to lift both titles at the one Grand Prix, Aaron with the drivers, Grumpy with the race win, and then the constructors title. That would be brilliant, but I have a sneaking suspicion that there is a yellow Renault in the likes of Hulkenberger who has something sincerely to say about that.
Sixteen, 12, 10. Actually, as they run now, uh, Aaron would only need to finish 9th to win the championship, with Josh in 4th.
Oh, so mathematically still possible then at the next round as it stands, but realistically, sadly for Josh, a good friend of mine, as is Aaron, raced with them both for many years now. Sadly for Josh, I think it's too big of a mountain to climb. But you never know. Never give up.
Yeah, still 12 laps to go in this one. Anything could happen. Tire on the curb, on the grass.
Exactly. Bit of contact, maybe even a puncture. As sadly I found out in FP on Tuesday around here, it was P3 the whole race, and a last lap puncture has seen me fall from the highest heights. So it's very, very possible that all go up in flames.
While Hulkenberg's trying to chase down Aaron, Josh just sneaking in there. He's only 1.3 behind.
Josh not letting go of this title easily. Let's have a look at the fastest laps out there. Josh's fastest lap, surprisingly, 3/10 quicker than Aaron's. But the fastest man of all is actually the fastest men of all,
This guy
or
in last
10th,
place.
11th, and 12th.
Yeah.
Um,
Hey,
gaps.
Haig did that lap like 2 or 3 laps ago, too.
On the reds, a good race tyre. And we mentioned about Grumpy and Aaron maybe maintaining the gap to his teammate. It's actually starting to take a little bit out of that. Oh, as I say that, he's just lost 4/10 in 2 corners. So I'm not sure
Yeah, he was struggling a
what
little bit
happened there.
in those corners in practice.
Aaron and Grumpy both with a ton of fuel. Hulkenberger slightly less. Josh a reasonable amount. No one looking very well. Maybe BWA Clyde looking a bit sharp or short of fuel. Track is quite harsh on fuel, wouldn't you agree, Damon? It's challenging. A lot of times where you want to run rich and you simply just can't because you won't finish the race.
Yeah, the elevation will throw a wrench in the fuel saving.
Yeah, and definitely even the revs and the gear changes, you're nearly maxing out the revs almost everywhere because of the high traction zones getting out of corners.
Hulkenberger's the closest he's been in a while.
Yeah, Aaron's definitely, well, he's dropped a second in a lap. So maybe what was mentioned earlier about the Sauber debrief maybe coming into effect with 8 laps to go. Let's see what Hulkenberger can do, because that's by no means a safe gap Aaron's got to him. Keep it nice and tidy, steady on the throttle.
Oh, on my screen, Hulkenberger is on supers, even though it says he's on softs.
Hulkenberger just stepping out to the right hand side, just giving him a wave and saying, I'm still here. Make a mistake if you wish, I won't complain. But Aaron remains calm through this tricky middle sector where you've got to be inch perfect really. But Hulkenberg hanging right in there. Oh, a bit of understeer. That's what you get from the dirty air of the Sauber, and no air dirtier than the Sauber air, as used to be the running joke a few seasons ago when me and Aaron drove the Sauber in F1. People used to say our dirty air was worse than the other car's dirty air. But yeah, Hulkenberger dropped off a little bit because of that. But yeah, very late on the brakes. His trademark brake pressure maybe allows him just to dive right into the corners and close up. But sadly not close enough. Yeah, Aaron running lean, I suspect, and this is creating a bit of a buffer for his teammate. He's got plenty of fuel left, no real reason to run lean, other than to, you know, keep traction, I suppose. But Hulkenberger, conversely, using a lot of fuel, used almost half a lap since the last time I checked in.
Got ourselves a battle, 2 McLaren side by side.
It's similar to earlier, where they both had contact. Cost BWA Clyde quite a lot, did LFC for life.
I got 2 battles going on. I got Game Freaker trying to sneak into the points against Dave here.
Deja vu on the faster purples, you can definitely see Game Freaker not cut as the McLarens. I can see up ahead. Oh. LFC for life down the inside. Has that move done?
Yeah.
BWA, yeah, he concedes to his teammate. Back to Game Freaker. 6th gear, sweep it in, down into 5th, maybe even 4th if you want a nicer bite, and that's a great run on Deja Vu. And look at the speed they've caught the 2 McLarens. Game Freaker gonna set Deja Vu up here.
4 cars nose to tail. Well, almost nose to tail.
Deja Vu might have a go here. Oh, he does. There's contact there. Oh no, there's not. There is. Deja Vu's going to have BWA Clyde here. Game Freaker's got the best view of all. But is he going to get a move done as well? I think he might. Follow Deja Vu. He's locked up. Deja Vu's went wide.
Oh no!
Game Freaker.
Dave clipped the
2
grass.
positions. 1 corner. Game Freaker, the former F1 driver. Recently converted to no TC, had a bit of an off earlier, but proven that when he keeps it on the black stuff, he's as quick as anyone. Boy with no face, close to Hulkenberger. Maybe Hulk's just burnt his tyres out, burnt his fuel out in that couple of laps where he's battled with Aaron to get that position.
Clyde back in the pits. Possible wing change again?
I think for his sake, when they hope it's a retirement, there's not much point in continuing.
I see what he's did. He put on ultras. He's probably going for the fastest lap, but his tires were full of grass when he pit. So.
You can pit to try and get the fastest lap, but sadly there's nothing more embarrassing than pitting for the fastest lap and then not
Not
getting it.
getting it. Yeah.
Yeah, so will he regret pitting to try and go for the fastest lap? Because I will make sure to point out if he doesn't get it.
Well, he's gonna have 3 laps to do it after he has his outlap.
Oh, boy with no face, 3 tenths behind here. Is he gonna send it? No, I think it's wiser. I think Mr. Grumpy's got issues. 5, 6 tenths. Is it fuel? No. I think it's just a bit of tyre wear because remember, Grumpy pitted 1 lap before his teammate.
That is true.
And is it coming back to bite? You wouldn't have thought so, but Aaron's took half a second out and Aaron looks rapid through that last section. And they crossed the line. What's it going to be? 1.5 seconds. Boy with no face looking very anxious here to get this done and Hulk because he can, he could, if he got by Hulk and got the foot down, there's nothing to say that he couldn't win this.
Yeah. It's only 2.8 seconds off.
Closing. Still just a little bit too far off Game 3, or Hulkenberger. Yeah, Hulkenberger doing a great job, with braking when he needs to, turning in when he needs to. Game Prager looks punchy. That's a great line. Round the outside, is LFC for Life going to give him space? He gives him plenty of space. And you'd like to think this move's going to be done.
Yeah. Ooh, LFC coming back.
Josh Roberts has got a run on Hulkenberger here into turn 1. Oh, Hulkenberger goes defensive. Josh has got to switch back and put the foot down. He does. This is it now or never for the Ferrari, for the title. What's he going to do? Goes to the inside, Hulkenberger goes wide, and we know he's good in the brakes, and Josh will know this. So does he go short and try the undercut, or does he go wide? He's went short, back up, under. Go on, Josh, get the foot down. Is he going to have enough? Hulkenberger squeezes, a little bit of lag there. You'd like to think Josh has got this done. But Hulkenberger's still there. Josh Roberts does not get the move done. This is great stuff here, Damon. Great stuff. Hulkenberger's still there on the inside. Josh gives him the room. But has he got the tyres?
Oh.
He hits the bump. Oh, that's not the bump you want to hit, Josh. Oh, all that hard work done.
I did that in practice earlier.
Josh Roberts seen a better chance at his title. Sadly snatched away as Hulkenberger with some excellent attacking defence kept his podium place.
Yeah, but Troyer with a penalty that don't matter since the car behind him's 30 seconds behind. So.
Yeah.
Haig is only 1 second away from points.
What a great stint he's done in those reds. I think it was 11 seconds. We could last counted it at the gap he had to pull in.
Yeah.
And Dave Javu, maybe as well, looking for an extra point on LFC for Life. Yeah, I think LFC for Life's pitting.
Oh, there's a McLaren wing sitting in the middle of the track over.
Yep, and that's LFC for Life. I've just seen he has absolutely none left. He's had a monumental crash somewhere.
Yeah, there are pieces everywhere on the double right-handers coming down. Alright, so Haig.
Josh is going to get a good...
Oh, there it is. Haig at the 9th. Dave's going to come back, though.
Oh, really?
Nope.
Aaron's within the second now, maybe. Just slightly outside.
Go on board with Grumpy for the final lap.
Move over. I believe if Aaron crosses the line first and Josh is fourth, Aaron wins the title.
No, it's the opposite way. If Aaron's won the title as long as he finishes the race right now.
Yeah.
But another Sauber one too. That'd be like the third time in 5 weeks.
Grumpy taking it very gentle as Aaron gonna try, and I don't think he will. I think these two are very good friends.
Yeah.
Very good pals for many years, and I think he'll appreciate that Aaron's had his wins. Grumpy maybe not had as many as he would have liked, especially in the modern era of PSGL. But today it is Mr. Grumpy in the penultimate corner, nice and tidy as he's been all race. Final corner, absolutely brilliant drive from this man. The Cyber goes to the inside. Mr. Grumpy wins in the hills of Austria. Unbelievable, Mr. Grumpy, followed by Aaron, the Cyber 1-2, Hulkenberger, P3, boys no face, drops to 5th, Simo sneaks in at 4th, Betrayer 6th. My Venom, the big gaps for P7, but commiserations to Venom because I think he's had some issues this race. Wasn't happy with the car, but you know, P7's a good help handful of points. But unbelievable. Cyber 1-2, Hulkenberger fighting off Boy with No Face, and then Simo picking up the pieces of a time penalty.
big C. Grazie ragazzi. he's not.
Grazie ragazzi.
He's
Aaron
not
F1,
in a
you are
Ferrari.
a world champion. I think big congrats is in order for my old friend, my old teammate, Aaron F1. He is the season 20 F4 drivers champion, and I think no one would disagree with that either. He's been phenomenal all season. Some saying he's too quick for the league, but I just think simply he's just been magnificent consistency wise. Maybe not the fastest, but consistency, he's done it, and well done, Aaron F1.
His worst finish of the season was 5th. So he's kept it clean most of the time. Alright. Let me just Grumpy Aaron Hulkenberger. Invite them to the party. Mr. Grumpy. Who's Alan Hulkenberger? And there they are. Go back to this screen here so I can hear everyone.
So I'll just quickly take you through the race order. Mr. Grumpy first, a magical win from Mr. Grumpy in the Cyber, followed by his teammate Aaron F1, P2, Hulkenberger, Simo, Boy with No Face, Betrayer, Venom, Game Figure, it's going to run out, Deja Vu, just about got that out before it came off, but that was your top 10, and I'm sure you've seen it on your screens, but it's always compulsory that you read it out anyway. But I believe we're joined with everyone, so
yes,
Eamon, take it away.
Alright, everybody's voices on share. I mean, I know most of you guys always do because you're always on a podium, so. We'll start with Mr. Grumpy. Second race win in 3 weeks, I believe, finishing in front of your teammate. How'd you feel your car handled today?
Surprisingly well, but I wasn't the quickest today, so I got lucky at the start. And when Hulk's TV decided to turn off.
Oh, that's what that was?
Yeah. Because I think, second was the maximum I should have got today. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I'll take it.
Still drove well enough to put the car where it needed to be.
Yep.
Alright. And congratulations are in store for you as well as Aaron for capturing the constructors title today as well. So congratulations on that.
Thank you.
For Aaron, you got the championship today. Josh had a middle of the pack kind of race and came up toward the end. Did you have any doubt at any point during the race that the title was going to be yours?
Well, I mean, with the lead I had coming into this, I mean, it was heading, one way. Not to sound arrogant, but there's always a risk if you don't deliver that. The other person can capitalise. But I thought I qualified pretty well, got a good lap in, and managed the race from there on. It was quite tricky staying with Grumps and Hulk at the start, but I managed my tyres well, and I think managing the tyres well just helped with that in-lap, which meant that I was able to come out ahead of Haig and avoid that carnage behind.
Yeah, noticed in turn 1 you had the little contact between the top 2 guys there, and it looked like from my camera angle you were 4 wide going up the hill there. Were you nervous being 4 wide there?
A little. I had to shout at Hulk a little bit to move over, and thankfully he complied. But yeah, we got through there all right.
Yeah, it looked like everyone got through that pretty cleanly, considering what happened to start. Alright, I'll move over to Hulkenberg. Nice 3rd place finish. Other than the TV turning off, how did you feel about the race today?
Well, I was a bit disappointed with qualifying, but I was surprised by the race pace I had, and yeah, I felt I did have the pace to win if if I could overtake, which is quite hard around here apparently, and also if that little incident didn't happen. But never mind, I'd take a podium at the start. So
yeah, it was a good recovery after you came back to the TV being on. I think you fell back to 5th and you marched your way back up.
No, I was actually still in 3rd. I was kept trying to push him, but I couldn't. I just could never get the good exit into the DRS race. So
yeah,
it was a peak in that position. So I'm not sure what I could have done differently, but never mind.
Anything to add, Joel?
Yeah, I'll do a question. So we'll start with the race leader, or the race winner, Mr. Grumpy. What a race! 1-2 for Cyber. I'm really chuffed for you. I know that race wins are a great feeling, and although you weren't the fastest, as you admit it, you got the job done, and to bring it home with your teammate alongside you must be great. But was there any part of you that thought maybe if Josh, say, didn't finish how it did, was their team orders going to be used if, say, Josh was 1st and Aaron was 5th? And yourself was 4th, was this discussing the team debrief?
It was discussed. Yeah, it was discussed. I would have done the same thing.
And vice versa, Aaron, when you were 2nd, I let a little speculation to the stream that said that in the Cyber debrief, Aaron said he would back up the pack if Grumpy was leading. But it didn't seem like you did. You gave Grumpy as good as he got, and you finished quite close behind him, so just well done, Grumpy, on the win. Fantastic performance.
Okay.
And of course now on to my old friend, my old teammate. You are a 4-time world champion there in F1. How do you feel?
Yeah, I feel great. It's been a long time since I've won my last title, so couldn't have hoped for a better season. Racing probably the fairest grid and probably the most friendliest grid on the site. So yeah, I'm delighted. I'm happy, and happy to have won the constructors with Grumps as well. I mean, it's been a turbulent season at the start, but Grumps has just really picked up his form, and now look at him, he's stacking out podiums like there's no tomorrow.
Where does this rank in your 4 titles? Where would you put this one?
It's hard to say. I mean, obviously, in some of the other seasons I was racing against quicker guys, but now my pace has been a little bit more slower. But it's not all about pace; it's about the experience and battling all these experienced drivers. just means, that more special, to be up against lots of Mr. Grumpy, Betrayer, Tejur, all these experienced names, what more can you hope for?
Yeah, brilliant. That was a great watch. And finally, I'll go to Hulkenberger. Sadly, it didn't go so well for yourself, and I did highlight that you were my pick for the win, and it looked like you weren't going to let me down. You were looking phenomenal. You were putting your car in all the right places, and until disaster struck. And yeah, huge commiserations, but you brought it back for a P3, and a podium's a podium at the end of the day. So, what are you looking to achieve in the final 2 races? Do you think a win's possible?
Well, not really. I don't really like the last 2 tracks, so probably not. Then I didn't really like this track either, so I suppose it's not impossible, but I don't think it's likely. Yeah, I'll just try and do the best I can, see if I can get another podium or so. Get some more points on the boards, trying to consolidate. I think I'm in 8th now. Maybe try and catch some more if I can. Just do the best I possibly can, I suppose.
Well done on the podium, and well done to everyone else, and of course to Aaron on being the newly crowned F4 World Champion. So yeah, that's everything from me. So Demon, up to you.
All right. Well, congratulations to the 3 of you again for the podiums, and congratulations on the Drivers and Constructors Championship for you too. And Jake just came in the stream, said congratulations to Aaron.
Oh, cheers, Jake.
That will be it for this stream. Next Sunday at 8 p.m. UK time, we will be coming to you live from Russia. So tune in for that, and look forward to seeing everybody there. Bye for now.